Oh, it's getting good in the end game on Capitol Hill. Apparently, the media have not caught on that this is adjournment coming up. This isn't just a recess in the Congress. They may have a lame duck session, in which case we're all in for a lot of trouble. But basically, what doesn't get done in the next 2 days will not get done by this Congress, and they'll have to start over on a clean slate come January. At least that's the way the rules say. Whether they'll work it out that way or not, there are unbelievable things hung up. The entire defense spending bill is hung up on a number of issues put in as partisan amendments. One of them has something to do with abortion. I don't know the details. Another one has to do, believe it or not, with whether or not the Pentagon can limit what a chaplain can say as he's giving the last rites to a dying warrior. And this stuff is all getting in the way of passing absolutely necessary legislation. Today, the House will vote on that bill on how you can treat detainees, whether or not you can put them on trial in tribunals and all the rest of that stuff that we heard so much about 2 weeks ago. This one could be in trouble, or it ought to be in trouble, because it does not provide habeus corpus, which means you can lock one of these turkeys up and never bring them to trial and never turn them loose and never even give them a chance to go before a judge and say, look, man, you got the wrong cat. I was at a crap game across town when this went down. The obvious failures of that bill are being overridden by the necessity of getting it passed this week. Lots of other stuff hanging fire as well. Here's one. You know that constant beat from the right about the unions are using making political spending out of your union dues without your permission? The Supreme Court today announced that it will rule on that in their next session, so it's likely to be a very interesting piece on whether or not unions can continue to participate collectively in the political process. Speaking of the political process, that Pennsylvania Senate race, the situation now is that Senator Santorum is down 14% in the run. A judge has tossed out a maneuver by the Republicans in Pennsylvania where they paid to have lots and lots of people register as Green Party voters in order to diminish the number of Democrats involved. They apparently got away with it, but then a judge has decided that the number of signatures is not correct. There are not enough valid signatures, so the Green Party is off the ballot in Pennsylvania. That may very well mean that Santorum will go down to defeat in the upcoming election. So first there's a leak from the National Intelligence Estimate on terrorism, worldwide terrorism. There's a leak in the papers. Then the president says, I'm going to straighten this out. I'm going to declassify the report. And then he declassifies just slightly over 3 pages of a 40-page report. It's not exactly what you'd call full disclosure, and both the minority and majority members, leadership of the Senate Intelligence Committee, have asked that the entire report be made public. The Democrats are demanding it, and the Democrats are demanding another report by the same group, the Senate Intelligence Commission, on the Iraq War specifically, that is being held as a draft report by the department until after the election. Things getting tough on that front as well. But tough really means 2,703 Americans have now died in our adventure in Arabia, and the $500 billion that we are going to spend on defense this coming year is the issue at large on Capitol Hill. And that's enough news for now. I'm Travus T. Hipp on the Pig on the Radio on a Wednesday, hump day. Stay tuned.